Welcome back to the 2 Hours Talk. Today we're going to talk to you. We got a lot of things that go on, and we witness those things, and some of the things you guys are witness as well. One of the things that we see a lot of is cultural biases in the Second Amendment, and that you have a certain belief, and you expect me to believe the same thing that you believe, and that's not necessarily true. Even when our complexions are the same, doesn't necessarily lead that I do everything that you do. The traditions that we carry and for holidays and different activities that come across throughout the year are different than what you may do. You celebrate Christmas, I celebrate Christmas. Your Christmas may be different than mine. There's certain things you do, but doesn't mean that we're that totally different that we should be enemies. And that's the biggest thing that we see coming through, happening right now, especially in this upheaval that we're going through in this country, is that people expect you to be on their side just because you look like me. And it's not that I'm not on your side. It's not that there's a fucking excuse my French there, but it's a little bit passion when we deal with that. And plus, he could beep that out later on. So my thing is, when you look at it, don't assume that everyone is, going to deal with things just because you're dealing with it, just because it's the way you see it. We don't all see the same thing.
Now I'm gonna break it down. Just because I'm black, I don't feel the same way that other black people do about certain racial tension. Okay? Now, don't say I never have experienced racism. I have experienced it. I fought against it, but I don't carry it on my shoulders like a backpack and try to use that backpack for every white person I see and to fault them for it. That's the past. You know, what happened at that moment, it stayed at that moment, and I'm not going to take that any farther. So my experiences from your experiences are vastly going to be differently. So I may not see things the way you do because I don't have CNN racist glasses on, okay? So if you see racism everywhere, remember, you may be the racist, okay? And so I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to be free and to look at every person by their character and to trust every person until they do something against me. Okay? So if you go in life with an open heart and open arms like that, you shouldn't have any problems. But if you're going to go in there with a biased attitude about something first, you're going to run into some trouble.
You're looking for it.
You're looking for it.
And everything is not racist. And sometimes when things happen, it's a conclusion that you can come to that you find out later on that it's not racist, but you started off as it being racist. Now you have to stand on that. So as soon as you call racist, now it's a racist incident. And then when you find out all the facts later on, which takes time, all of a sudden you got egg on your face and you want to backtrack, but you got this swoon of people who've come to your aid, white and black, who are agreeing with you based upon your first impressions. And then later on, it turns out that that's not it. And now you got people who back away from you.
Now let's break that down into the 2A community. You own guns, they own guns. You guys both have something in common. And what's in common is the Constitution and the United States. Has nothing to do with any other thing else. So when it comes down to support the Constitution of the United States, your happy butts from both sides need to be out there supporting each other, because that's what it's all about. It's not about you're black, you're white, I'm not dealing with you, and I'm gonna fight you, whatever. Negative. The only thing being divided it does is helps the powers to be win.
Control you.
Control you.
It's all about
Right.
control. And the thing is also, you got to look at the information. Information is slow and it's going to come through, but you have to wait. You have to be patient. And a lot of times I know I'm not a patient person myself. If something needs to be done, let's do it. But at the same time, if you don't have all the information and information is coming through, you have to keep an open mind. So that next information, you have to add it. And sometimes you have to adjust your opinion or the way you feel about something. You just can't keep driving on that same negative or wrong opinion, especially when you find out that it's right. And that's what we see a lot of. People continue going on when things have been proven wrong. Or things that didn't even happen. The worst was in certain cases where they said this happened, and then later on it's verified from witnesses, all spectrum of the quote unquote race, say that this didn't happen, And then people still saying this. Remember when this? No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, take your glasses off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got them on and you got your earplugs in too.
Yep.
So, but the shooting community is a very caring, loving community. You just got to get involved with it and stop segregating yourselves.
Yep.
You know, that's the last thing you need to do is to segregate yourself. Reach out. Sometimes people do reach out to other people, and you guys are not acceptable to that helping hand that comes out. First thing you're thinking is, you know, they're up to something.
Right.
They're not up to something. They're trying to help you.
Judge the actions, not the words.
Right.
You know, especially in this time where it was called a cancel culture.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that's been forever and is now being changed. Some change is good. I understand that. But at the same time, you got to look at the other person's side as well. And maybe we come to a happy medium somewhere in between there.
Yeah. So this have an open mind. I mean, because it's right now things are getting ready to get a little bit crazier, and they're gonna get crazier.
Mm-hmm.
So
potential.
Yeah, potential. Yeah, you know. You know, stay off of social media, because don't get your news from social media.
Right.
Not unless it's from a
Verify.
news. If it's
Verify.
a news organization, get your news. But
Yep.
if Joe Blow's out there telling you, hey, this happened and I witnessed it, nah. You know what I'm saying? And videos can be deceiving.
Yep.
Because,
and altered.
yeah, because if they can show half a video and it makes you think that this actually happened, but if you see the whole video, you realize, it didn't happen that way.
Well, that person brought that on themselves.
Yeah. So just be a little careful out there, because we have agitators out there, and there's a lot of them, and they're trying to destroy the community.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys on the range next time. All right.
Out.